It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, the neighborhood, the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? He was born Fred McFeely Rogers in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, which is near Pittsburgh. He was bullied as a kid for being overweight. He got a degree in music, and he decided to work in television because he really didn't like the medium and wanted to make it better. He worked at NBC in New York City, and he worked on such musical shows as The Hit Parade and The Kate Smith Hour. And then he worked on Gabby Hayes' children's show. It was here that he decided that children's broadcasting should be advertising free. So he moved back to the Pittsburgh area and worked on a show called The Children's Corner. This is the show where he created his famous puppet characters like the lovable King Friday, X the Owl, and Henrietta Pussycat. In the year 1968, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood started airing. And in the year 1969, Fred Rogers appeared before a Senate subcommittee to argue the fact that public broadcasting should be better funded, and they've got full funding. In 1970, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood moved to PBS. Mr. Rogers' style was very simple. He would simply break the fourth wall and just talk to kids. He would feed his fish. He would take journeys to the neighborhood of make-believe starring his famous puppets. They would go see how things were made, little short films of how they made crayons, or maybe go to a bakery. And they would also go on field trips, like showing that a hospital was not a scary place. Fun fact, George Romero filmed one of these segments for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Fred Rogers never endorsed any products. In fact, he was a little upset when Burger King did a parody commercial of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He thought this would be a little confusing to children. But he did approve of Saturday Night Live's sketch Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood starring Eddie Murphy. He found it amusing and affectionate. He won the Presidential Medal of Honor, and he won 5 Emmys, including a Lifetime Achievement Award. If you want to hear more about Fred Rogers, check out the acclaimed documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor? This is Todd Pickering for Walk of Fame Wednesdays. I will see you next week in Hollywood.